What's up, my fellow trash-anators? Welcome back to another video, and I'm reviewing House of Wax. Don't really have anything to talk about today. I kind of talked all I needed to last review about what's been going on with my life, or whatever. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this review. Nothing too funny. Don't want to be too funny. People don't like people who are too funny. Let's see. Alright, House of Wax. If you please watch, it's so good, and it's super brutal. So if you can handle a lot of gore and a lot of brutality, and you're into horror, and you have an HBO Max subscription, go watch it. I can't emphasize this enough. But Malignant is awesome. House of Wax is brutally beautiful. So I want you to watch it. Alright? Before you watch this, I'm gonna need you to go over there or anywhere, find the movie and watch it. So yeah, spoiler warning. In order to even talk about the villain, I'm gonna have to talk about spoilers because it's integral to their character. The spoilers must be said in order to say who they are. All right, let's get into it. We open up on a group of young adults, people my age, and they are just going to see a football game, which it only looks like two people in that group look like they watch football. So either they all like football and they just don't look like it, or they got coerced into watching it because one of the friends likes football and they're like, oh, I want to see this. I got tickets and everything for everyone, you know? So yeah. Alright. Let's see. But they have to stop because it's getting late and they don't want to, crash the car because they're too tired. So they park, they camp out, they brought tents and everything because you can't go to a football game and not tailgate. Except that's what my family did when we went to a football game a couple months ago. Anyway, so while they're camping, a truck comes by, scares them, but the main character's brother, that's right, the main character, I don't know why, but recently I just can never remember the name of the main characters in these horror movies. Even though most of the time it's the final girl and they're supposed to stay alive, but I can't. I can remember the main villains. Because there's two. You got Vincent and it's like a 4-letter name. Abe? Something along those lines. They were twins. They were Siamese twins, but then they got whoosh. And so one of them is now defaced because that's where one of the sides of his face. They were defaced. Get it? Deface. Deface. Yeah, that's how funny I am. So yeah, that happens. So he has to wear a mask made out of wax because his family owns a wax house, like a legit house made out of wax. Also, the town that the house is in is totally fake. No one lives there except for the family. It was like this once really big tourist attraction where people will come to be like, oh, look at this, an entire town of wax. And honestly, I prefer that over a House of Wax. The title House of Wax kind of like diminishes the actual scale of the movie. Like if you heard a title called Town of Wax and another title called House of Wax, I think you go for the Town of Wax first. I just feel like that was a bad move on whomever made this movie. Maybe if we get a sequel, because they didn't really set up a sequel. They're like, oh, there are 3 brothers, and we've met the 3rd brother, and he isn't really like antagonizing. He's just like, hey, what's up? My brothers are dead now because they die. Vincent, the figure brother who wears a wax mask, the white type, I don't know. I'll make a tier list someday of all my favorite slashers. So yeah, it's not really good. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but I'm playing some music. I'm trying to find. Sorry. Ads. Who needs ads, right? Huh? Anyway, so Vincent and then his brother, who's based. His brother is the real bad guy. Vincent is just kind of like autistic coded, so he doesn't really know what he's doing. So yeah, I really do sympathize with him. Like, in a world where my family was much worse, I could definitely see myself as sort of like as Vincent in a way. So yeah, I definitely do sympathize with him, and that's sort of the reason I like him. He doesn't know what he's doing, so yeah. Also, Jason is also the same. He is disabled. We know he's disabled. We know he's some sort of like learning disability or something like that. So yeah. Except Jason willingly does it. Because he's like, they killed my moms and they're being bad kids, so I have to punish them. Vincent, on the other hand, he's only doing that because his brother told him to. In another lifetime, Vincent could definitely have been a very great artist, because that's his thing. He likes making wax sculptures. The actual wax people in the town are human beings who were covered in wax. We'll also see later that they are covered in wax alive, so they're still alive when they're turned into wax statues. And whenever you try and peel off the wax, you peel off their skin too, because the wax is stuck to their skin. Not sure how accurate that is, but this is definitely very spooky, very gruesome. Anyway, the truck guy. Okay, so the teens are the young adults. These are adults. Okay, so they're camping out, but the boyfriend of the main character's car is destroyed. The fan belt is broken. They cut the fan belt. Just by the way, these young adults, they look like they're barely out of their mid-20s. And they have such nice cars. Like, they're unbelievably nice cars. But, hey. Whatever. So, let's see. When they find out, they're like, you gotta go to the game, you're gonna miss it, you're gonna not have fun. But, and they're like, no, we want you to come too. We'll drive you off and we'll get you a new fan belt. And they're like, no, you go. We'll get a fan belt because apparently there's a town over there, and you can find one. So yeah, they go over to the town, but they accidentally find a pit of meat of dead animals because the third brother hunts and he's just kind of there, other than to make a sort of switcheroo. He's not really the bad guy. He's just kind of there. So yeah. Who even likes basketball? So yeah. Let's see. But the third one, was like, okay, you want a fan belt? There's a town over there, so we can help you get over there with my truck. And they're like, alright, me and my boyfriend will go. Yeah, so the main character goes off with her boyfriend to get a new fan belt for his car that broke because they antagonized one of the 3 brothers that live over in that town that is almost entirely made out of wax. So yeah. So they go over there, they explore, they get scared, they find the guy who runs a gas station, which is actually the main brother, the really bad one. Not Vincent. Vincent's an angel. Vincent, main bad brother. Evil, neutral. Also neutral, but chaotic neutral, you know? Anyway. So yeah. But then they're like, alright, can you get us a fan belt? And you're like, yeah, alright. And they're like, yeah, I'm gonna need a 15-inch long one. But I only seen you have 16s. I'm like, oh, I keep 15s in my house out there. You know that scary looking one that looks haunted? Yeah, that one over there. That one has 15 inches. I just gotta go get it and get cleaned up because I was just at a funeral which you totally just interrupted, which is actually fake. But I'm not gonna you're not gonna see that until like the 4th act. So yeah. I don't really get acts, by the way. So if I was wrong about the acts, A-C-T, don't drill me about it. I'm trying to learn the acts. So yeah, they go over there. Her boyfriend is taken out very swiftly by Vincent. And he's made, not Vincent, but the boyfriend is made into a wax sculpture. And then the girlfriend he's captured by the worst brother. And so she's captured and she's gonna be mutilated and assaulted. But then her brother comes by with his friend, and she escapes with the help of her brother, but his friend dies because Vincent kills him. Because he's a doofus who definitely deserved to die. Not that deserved to die, but was looking for it. Yeah. So basically at this point it's only the main character and her brother, because there were 2 other characters that were just off. They tried to go to the football game, but they came back because they were like, oh, the traffic. So yeah, so they were just camping. They were about to get frisky, and so Vincent kills them because that's the one thing you can't do in a horror movie. So yeah, and like around that time, the girl that was dating that other guy, the other guy dies, and the girl runs off to the wax place, or like an abandoned place. I don't know. It's like a factory. I can't really remember the minute details, but so let's see. The girl escapes into the factory, and Vincent chasing after her. She tries to go upstairs into the grates and tries to outrun him, but no. He just stabs at her with a knife through the grated floor and it cuts through her foot. Like, I'm not gonna show you my feet, but like the not the toes, but the ball of the foot. I don't actually know what it's called. You think an artist would be able to tell the difference or say what the anatomy of foot, but no. Feet aren't really my thing. So yeah, and then she gets away from him again, but in a car. She has pipe now. That's super. It looked initially like it was a straight up spear, like it was cut off like whoosh, perfect angle, but no. I think they changed it out, so it was more like it actually broke rather than a. And when Vincent comes by, and it's like, I found you, but he doesn't talk. He more like, sure. So she tries to stab him in the face, but only cuts off the mask, the wax mask he has on. So he's like, you don't do that. But she runs away, but he grabs the pipe and throws it into her face, like straight up in the center of her face. And it comes out the other end, and she's like, and it just in our face. So yeah, after that happens, that means the brother and the main character are all alone. They're all what's left. So like, how are we gonna stop this? How are we gonna escape? And so they go into the main house where the brothers live. Let's see. Okay, think. My dogs. That's not the best time. Alright, let's see. Well, I'm trying to find a good song. Alright. Alright, I think that's good. Almost over. Almost there. It's almost the end. So they try to escape through the house. They go into the wax house. The actual wax house. Not the house that the brothers in, but the actual wax house that was advertised in the town of Wax. They go in, right under, in the basement is where Vincent does all the wax person human making. And they escape by throwing wax into grate, and then fire starts. So the wax house starts melting and... Wait, no. Okay, so, alright, I got it. Vincent chases after them, so does the other brother. And the other brother catches up first in the wax house. And the siblings, the other ones, the other twins, they kill the worst brother. And then Vincent's like, oh, and he goes after the main girl, but injures the brother, so he can't really walk good. So yeah. Then they get up to the bedroom at the top of the house. So let's see. She tries to reason with Vincent, like, you're not a bad dude. You were just manipulated into doing all that. You don't have to be like this. You can be a great wax artist. But he's like, He's like, no, you killed my brother. And he still tries to kill her, but the brother stops right before Vincent is about to stab her on the bed. And so Vincent is killed, sadly. Ooh. I can take that as a manifestation of my rage that Vincent was dead. If you can hear that, it's Doom music slowed down. Also, speaking of Doom, check out my TikTok. My most recent video is me, right before the Nintendo Direct happened. I was like, if Doomslayer doesn't get into Smash, I'm going to be really mad. But I said some naughty words there. So, if you want some funny TikToks of me doing comedy skits and other things like animatics, you know, like drawing very little frames to convey motion within art, like a storytelling angle, go down my TikTok. It's always been in the description since like a few months ago. So yeah, Vincent is dead, so the twins get out. The other one, the main twins, not the main character and her brother get out. They survive. The House of Wax melts down, and so they survive, and everything's all right. And then they leave, and they find out that there's a third brother, and it was the crazy hunter guy, and that's the third brother. But they don't really set up for a sequel. They're like, oh, he's there. He's just doing his own thing. He's hunting. He's throwing out perfectly good meat, but whatever. So yeah, that was House of Wax. Very good, very good. I'd give it a... I know I've said it's very good, but I'm gonna have to give it a 7 out of 10. It's just kind of like stereotypic. Like, some aspects could have been better. So yeah, if you still watch this video to the very end, thank you, but I still recommend you watch House of Wax even though you've got spoiled basically everything. Just remember, I'm not a replacement for watching the actual movie. You don't actually see any clips or like videos of what happens. You just have to rely on what I'm saying is the truth, which is most often not correct, but it's sometimes I get things wrong. I don't know if I have gotten things wrong or not, but I'm just saying it's a possibility. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next Friday with another review of a horror movie. I did watch Black Widow because it came out 2 days ago, but I'm not going to review it in October. October is only for horror movie reviews. So yeah. Oh, hair. I got hair all over the place. Alright. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tell me what I should do next. There's probably other horror movies out there I should watch. Based on my last 2 reviews, hopefully you can tell which movies I like. Long-haired men killing people to cool settings. Maybe I'll review the Friday the 13th reboot. You know, the one where it has set up for other young adults, but then they actually do a different set. But whatever. I'll see you guys next Friday. Bye.